The Great Western City Class 440s were a series of 10 locomotives designed by William Dean and introduced in 1901 for light express passenger work. Number 3440 City of Truro was the first steam locomotive to be recorded at a speed of over 100 miles per hour. The engine is part of the National Collection based at York, but seen here at Fenny-Compton on the 3rd of May 1992 working a steam special between Derby and London. The Great Western 2800 Class 280s totalled 84 engines. They were designed by George Churchward and introduced in 1903 for work in heavy long-distance freight trains. Number 2857 is based at Bridgnorth in Shropshire. The engine is seen here working up Erdington Bank with a train from Kidderminster to Bridgnorth on a gala day at the Severn Valley Railway in 1988. The Great Western 4500 Class 262T Prairie tank engines totalled 94. They were designed by George Churchward and introduced in 1906 for light branch line passenger work. Three engines of this class are featured on this tape. Number 4555 is based at Paignton in Devon. The engine is seen here approaching Glumpton Station with a train from Kingsware to Paynton on the Paynton and Dartmouth Steam Railway. Number 4561 is based at Minehead in Somerset. The engine is seen piloting GWR number 4160 approaching Doniford Beach Halt with a train from Bishop's Lydiard to Minehead on the West Somerset Railway. Number 4566 is based at Bridgnorth in Shropshire. The engine is seen here shortly after leaving Bridgnorth with a train for Kidderminster on the Severn Valley Railway. The Great Western 5200 class 280T tank engines totaled 59. They were designed by George Churchward and introduced in 1923 for heavy coal traffic. Number 5224 is based at Loughborough in Leicestershire. The engine is seen preparing to depart from Leicester North Station, being piloted by GWR number 7760 with a train for Loughborough on the Great Central Railway. The Great Western Castle Class 460s totalled 167 engines. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1923 for express passenger work. Three engines of this class are featured on this tape. Number 5029 Nunney Castle is based at the Didcot Railway Centre in Oxfordshire. The engine is seen here passing the village of Great Boughton, north of Banbury, while working an enthusiast special between London and Stratford-upon-Avon. Number 5080 Defiant is based at Tyseley Railway Centre in Birmingham. The engine is seen passing through Terry's Green Station while running light to Stratford-upon-Avon, ready to work an enthusiast special from Stratford to Birmingham. Number 7029 Clun Castle is based on the Great Central Railway at Loughborough in Leicestershire. The engine is seen here passing Switherland Reservoir with a train from Leicester North to Loughborough on the Great Central Railway. The Great Western 6600 class 062T tank engines totalled 100. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1927 for mixed traffic work in South Wales. Number 6619 is based at Grosmont in Yorkshire. The engine is seen approaching Goathland Station with a train from Grosmont to Pickering on the North York Moors Railway. The Great Western King Class 460s totalled 30 engines. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1927 for express passenger work.
The train approaching on platform 21790. Following the maximum power.
Number 6024 King Edward I is based at the Didcot Railway Centre in Oxfordshire. The engine is seen here passing the village of Uffington, west of Oxford, while working an enthusiast special between Didcot and Cardiff.
Being there at the right time though. It's knowing that they're coming, yeah. He will. That's okey doke. Yeah. What a lovely sight though, isn't it? You get really excited when you see these things, don't you? Is it better, is there really? That's huge. Going well, isn't it?
The Great Western 5100 class 262T tank engines totalled 80. They were a CB Collett rebuild of an earlier church ward design. Introduced in 1928, they were used for suburban passenger work. Number 4160 is based at Minehead in Somerset. The engine is seen shortly after leaving Willerton with a train from Minehead to Bishop's Lydiard on the West Somerset Railway. The Great Western 5700 class 060T tank engines were designed by CB Collett and introduced in 1929 for shunting and light freight work. Four engines of this class are featured on this tape. Number 5764 is now based at Buckfastleigh in Devon. The engine is seen here shortly after leaving Arley with a train from Bridgnorth to Kidderminster on the Severn Valley Railway. Number 7752 is now based at Shackeston in Leicestershire. The engine is seen approaching Winchcombe with a train from Toddington on the Gloucestershire-Warwickshire Railway. Number 7760 is based at Loughborough in Leicestershire. The engine is seen here arriving at Rockley Station, being piloted by GWR number 5224 with a train from Leicester North to Loughborough on the Great Central Railway. Number 9681 is based at Norchard in Gloucestershire. The engine is seen preparing to leave with a train from Lydney to Norchard on the Dean Forest Railway. The Great Western 2200 class 060s totalled 120 engines. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1930 for medium freight and passenger work. Number 3205 is based at Minehead in Somerset. The engine is seen here approaching Crowcombe Station with a train from Minehead to Bishop's Lydiard on the West Somerset Railway. The Great Western 6100 class 262T tank engines totalled 70. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1931 for suburban passenger work. Number 6106 is based at Didcot Railway Centre in Oxfordshire. The engine is seen working on the demonstration line at the Great Western Society Didcot near Oxford, being piloted by GWR number 3822. The Great Western 1400 class 042T tank engines were designed by C.B. Collett. Introduced in 1932, they were used for light branch line work. Number 1466 is based at Didcot in Oxfordshire. The engine is seen here shunting coaches at the Great Western Society Didcot near Oxford. The Great Western 6400 class 060T tank engines totaled 40. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1932 for light passenger work. Number 6412 is based at Minehead in Somerset. The engine is seen approaching Crocombe Station, piloting GWR number 4561 with a train from Minehead to Bishop's Lydiard on the West Somerset Railway. The Great Western 9300 class 260s totaled 20 engines. Designed by George Churchward, they were a 1932 variant. Number 9303 is based at Bridgnorth in Shropshire. The engine is seen here shortly after leaving Arley with a train from Bridgnorth to Kidderminster on the Severn Valley Railway. The Great Western 9000 class 440s were a CB Collett rebuild of the earlier Bulldog and Duke classes. They were introduced in 1936 and used for light passenger work. Number 3217 Earl of Berkeley is now based at Sheffield Park on the Bluebell Railway. The engine is seen working a demonstration goods train at the Great Western Society Didcot near Oxford. The Great Western Manor Class 460s totalled 30 engines. They were a CB Collett rebuild of the earlier 4300 class. Introduced in 1938, they were used for mixed traffic work on secondary lines. There are two Manor class engines featured on this tape. Number 7802 Bradley Manor is based at Bridgnorth in Shropshire. The engine is seen here approaching Willerton with a train from Bishop's Lydiard to Minehead on the West Somerset Railway. Number 7819 Hinton Manor is also based at Bridgnorth in Shropshire. The engine is seen passing the village of Penstraed in Wales while working an enthusiast special between Shrewsbury and Barmouth. The Great Western 2884 class 280s totalled 83 engines. Designed by George Churchward, they were a 1938 variant of the earlier 1903 2800 class. Number 3822 is based at Didcot in Oxfordshire. The engine is seen here working on the demonstration line at the Great Western Society Didcot, piloting GWR number 6106. The Great Western Modified Hall Class 460s totaled 70 engines. They were designed by C.B. Collett and introduced in 1944 for mixed traffic work. There are 3 Hall class engines featured on this tape. Number 6960 Ravingham Hall is based at Bridgnorth in Shropshire. The engine is seen descending Erdington Bank shortly after leaving Bridgnorth with a train for Kidderminster on the Severn Valley Railway. Number 6990 with the slack hall is based at Loughborough in Leicestershire. The engine is seen here shortly after leaving Loughborough station with a train for Rothley on the Great Central Railway. Number 6998 Burton Agnes Hall is based at Didcot in Oxfordshire. The engine is seen passing the village of Bishop's Itchington north of Banbury while working an enthusiast special between Didcot and Stratford upon Avon. That concludes this look at some of the Great Western Railway locomotives still to be found working on both private and main lines around Britain.